You are praying for a better life while refusing to become the woman who can handle it. You want the blessing, but you don't want the discipline. You want the new chapter, but you keep dragging the old version of yourself into it. And sometimes the reason you are frustrated is because God is working on you before He gives you what you have been asking for. Sometimes we pray for things without understanding what it will take to become the person who can carry them. We pray for success. We pray for peace. We pray for the right relationship. We pray for financial freedom. We pray for purpose. We pray for a better life. But we don't always realize that becoming the woman we prayed for or becoming the woman we prayed to become may require us to change first. See, sometimes I look at the life I want and I realize that I cannot become that woman while holding on to everything that keeps me stuck. The woman I pray to become has boundaries. She has discipline. She knows how to say no. She does not chase people who don't value her. She does not need everyone to approve of her. She knows how to walk away from what is not good for her. She knows how to wait. She knows how to walk. She knows how to trust God. And sometimes becoming that woman means letting go of the version of me that was comfortable with less. That's the part nobody tells you. Sometimes your prayer will be answered through discomfort. You will have to outgrow people. You will have to change your habits. You will have to stop making excuses. You will have to force, or let me say, you will have to face parts of yourself you don't want to face. You will have to become disciplined when you don't feel motivated. You will have to learn to be alone without feeling abandoned. You will have to stop looking for validation from people who don't even know where they are going. And sometimes you will have to lose things you thought you needed. Not because God is punishing you, but because you are being prepared for something different. And I think that's difficult because we often pray, God, change my life. But we don't realize that sometimes the first thing He changes is us. He changes the way we think, He changes the way we choose, the way we respond, the people we allow close to us, the things we tolerate, the habits we have normalized. And suddenly, the things you used to enjoy don't feel right anymore. The conversations don't interest you. The relationships don't feel different. Hmm? The relationships start feeling, you feel different about it. The places you used to fit into no longer feel like home. And you start wondering, what's happening to me? Maybe you are growing. Maybe you are becoming the woman you preach to become. Because sometimes growth feels like loss before it feels like progress. You lose the version of yourself that was comfortable with chaos. You lose you lose the need to be liked by everyone. You lose the desire to prove yourself. You lose your tolerance for things that constantly disturb your peace. And yes, people may notice. They may say you have changed. And maybe you have. Maybe that's the whole point. Because you cannot keep asking God for a new life while insisting on remaining the same person. You cannot pray for peace and continue entertaining chaos. You cannot pray for purpose and spend your entire life distracted. You cannot pray for healthy relationships while refusing to heal your own wounds. You cannot pray for discipline and continue making excuses for yourself. At some point, you have to participate in the answer to your own prayer. You have to do your part. You have to grow. You have to learn. You have to take responsibility. You have to make different choices. And sometimes the woman you are becoming will disappoint the people who benefited from the woman you used to be. And that's okay. Because not everyone is supposed to understand your growth. Some people only know the version of you that was always available, always forgiving, always saying yes, always settling, always making excuses. So when you start choosing yourself, they may not recognize you, but you have to keep going. Because becoming the woman you prayed to become means becoming comfortable with the fact that not everyone will come with you. Some people are part of your story, not your destination. And that's another thing nobody tells you. Sometimes God answers your prayers by removing people you thought you needed. And you may cry. You may question it. You may wonder why things did not work out. But one day, you may look back and realize that What you thought was rejection was actually protection. What you thought was delay was preparation. What you thought was a loss was redirection. And maybe the woman you are becoming does not need to understand everything immediately. Maybe she just needs to trust. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust God. Trust herself. Because becoming the woman you prayed to become is not always glamorous. Sometimes it's waking up and choosing discipline. Sometimes it's walking away from temptation. Sometimes it's saying no when you could easily say yes. Sometimes it's staying quiet instead of reacting. Sometimes it's forgiving yourself. Sometimes it's starting again. Sometimes it's doing the right thing when nobody's watching. And sometimes it's crying at night and still getting up the next morning. That is growth too. So if your life does not look exactly the way you imagined, don't assume nothing is happening. Maybe God is building you before He gives you what you have been praying for. Maybe you are in preparation. Maybe you are in the process. Maybe the woman you keep asking God to help, the woman you keep asking God to help you become, is already being formed through everything you are currently experiencing: the disappointment, the waiting, the rejection, the lessons, the uncomfortable seasons. They are all shaping you, and one day you will look back and realize that you did not become her overnight. You became her one decision at a time, one boundary at a time, one prayer at a time, one lesson at a time, one difficult goodbye at a time, one brave no at a time, one act of obedience at a time. So, if you are becoming the woman you prayed to become, don't be afraid of the process. Don't rush it. Don't compare your journey. Don't let someone else's life, or let's say, don't look at someone else's life and wonder why yours is taking longer. You may not be behind. You may be becoming, and maybe the greatest answer to your prayer is not just the life you are going to receive. Maybe it's the woman you are becoming along the way, the woman with wisdom, the woman with boundaries, the woman with discipline, the woman with peace, the woman who knows her worth, the woman who trusts God, even when she does not understand. So keep becoming, keep growing, keep praying, keep doing your part, because one day you may look in the mirror and realize, I became the woman I once prayed so desperately to become. I just want to share.